Hello trainers, Neto here, and today we're diving together into Ultra League Premier Cup. This cup will allow access to every Pokemon that can reach to the 2500 CP mark, but you cannot use at all that legendary of yours, that mythical, nor that Ultra Beast that you might have on your roster. So every single Pokemon other than mythicals, legendaries and Ultra Beasts can be used for that Ultra League format. Got it? Got it. So you can use your Excel Nidoqueen if you feel like you have to, because I do not like those Pokemon. I will showcase some of them, but I hate them for sure. So now without any further ado, let's dive into the first team showcase. It's a beautiful day here in Greece. I think I'm gonna go for some grind later on, but let's start off first with the first team showcase. We're gonna have an Escavalier up on the lead, followed up by Como and the Isuian Overquill here, which is gonna be absolutely amazing on the safe switch part. If you do not have this Dark Poison Pokemon, feel free to use any other Dark Poison. I think that Shadow Drapion really is the better safe switch here for this team exactly, but I do not have a Shadow Drapion and I have an Overquill to showcase to you, and to be honest, they are pretty similar. On Halloween Cup of Ultra League, I was having quite some fun with Overquill, gaining a lot of elo, and I really recommend this Pokemon to you because unlike that Drapion, you can still go ahead and surprise your opponent here, because you can carry either Sludge Bomb, either Dark Pulse, Ice Beam, even Shadow Ball with the Overquill moveset here, but just be sure that you're gonna use your Poison Sting and Aqua Tail to get there pretty fast. Poison Jump is another option, but I think Poison Sting will get to those charge attacks pretty much faster, and you are not gonna regret your time using a Pokemon like Overquill. Up on the lead we have Escavalier, which is a Pokemon that is pretty much afraid of Talonflame only. You have to switch out at that point to your Overquill no matter what, and consider using Aerial Ace over Megahorn. I think Aerial Ace is gonna help you even more against some of the grass types like Trevenant, and will give you some coverage against the fighters. Closer of the team, Como is gonna be an amazing Pokemon overall. I really like how amazingly good it is offensively. It can go simply with its Dragon Tails, fighting back your opponent with ease. You have the Dragon Claw to spam it, and of course the Close Combat to knock down that Steel type of the enemy, or even a normal type, whatever they have. Just go with the Close Combat, you are not gonna regret it. Even back to back, it is really worth it using Close Combat with this Pokemon. Core breaker of this team is gonna be Toxicroak, because it can simply with Shields up destroy down Escavalier. Has a very good matchup, especially with Mud Bomb against Overquill and any other Dark Poison, and of course against Como it has a pretty soft win, but overall I think you can still bring it down with a Drill Run, with some Aqua Tails, or with your Como, because it is kinda unsafe of how good that Toxicroak can be. Kinda glassy, kinda relying a lot of shield, so with a little bit of synergy I think that Toxicroak can be dealt easily with this line of 3. As we're proceeding now into the next one, we are met up with a cinematic level team composition. We have the good, the bad and the ugly on the same line, so I'm pretty excited about this one and I think you're gonna enjoy it as well. You already know how good that Trevenant the Walrein is on that Open Ultra League format, so here it makes no surprise at all that since they are both available to use for the Premier Cup, we're gonna use them as a core for this line for sure. We're having Talonflame upon the lead, taking the good guy spot, and I think that with simple Brave Birds it can simply destroy down anything. A pretty strong Pokemon that you can use fully on Excel unfortunately, but hopefully we had that community day that might give you some Excels to work upon, and this Talonflame is gonna be one of the best Pokemons that you can use for the Premier Cup as well. At the back we have some really nice Pokemon as well. On the face of the ugly guy we got the Trevenant, which applies a lot of pressure with its moveset. It has coverage against the entire meta, and of course whatever is afraid of something like a dark type, you can either pressure it with your Seed Bombs or just let the other two Pokemon handle that job, and then you can close the match with Trevenant pretty effectively. At the back we also have the bad boy on the face of Walrein, a pretty good Pokemon to use overall. You're gonna see that even a Galarian Stunfisk cannot stop this team, and of course you can go with back-to-back Acid Spears to the enemy enemy, and that nerf that it got on the Icicle Spear, well, it doesn't matter at all. You can still go ahead, use your Walrein as much as you did, and you're gonna see decent success as well. As a core breaker, well, Miltank, this Pokemon can definitely destroy down every single of our Pokemons here, and of course with Ice Beam it can still one-shot down and resist those shadow moves, those ghost type moves with our Trevenant matchup. So without any further ado now, let's dive into the team showcase number 3. We are looking now at one of my favorite teams over here for this video. So we're having Galarian Stunfisk up on the lead, followed up by Samurott and Dragonite. Let's start off with Stunfisk because I was having kind of a hard time to power it up to a 50 level mark, and to be honest I didn't. Right now it is sitting at 49.5. I did not have quite the excels for a long time, but right now I have finally finished off this Pokemon and I have walked it a lot the past year, so it finally happened. I can use it on my Ultra League format. So if you have Galarian Stunfisk, this team will prove to be one of the best that you can use. You are mainly focusing up on the lead for those poison types and flyers, and if you happen to encounter something like a Swampert, you can always switch out to your backline, which is gonna be a very safe one as well. I really like how Samurott can come in as a safe switch, do a lot of work with its Hydro Cannon and Fury Cutter, and consider using Blizzard. You are not gonna regret it. Blizzard can still destroy down certain matchups, something like a Mandibuzz for example, which is gonna be everywhere, so I really recommend that move to you. Closer of this team is gonna be Dragonite, especially with superpower now that can still destroy down those normal types and of course the steel types with this, leaving aside no room for a lot of Pokemon to destroy down, only some ice types which can still take a lot of damage from superpower, and of course the fairy types can stop this Dragonite down. Core breaker of this team is gonna be Lapras and not Walrein, because Lapras carries the move Surf and can hurt even more that Stunfisk, which is kinda weird, but I know Lapras can definitely break apart this team if you are not careful. And this is now the final team showcase with an Obstagoon up on the lead, followed up by Togekiss and Nidoqueen. We are looking at a very strong line that I have already recommended on my Open Ultra League best teams video, but I think here that Obstagoon is gonna do a lot of work, even better than the Open Ultra League. It has minimal amount of weaknesses, other fighters and fairy types can stop it, but to be honest a lot of poisons and dark poisons will exist, so I think you are gonna have a very good time with Obstagoon up on the lead. Even against something like a Nidoqueen, you are gonna be on a very good spot with those Night Slashes. Do not use Obstruct, Night Slash and Cross Chop, I think are gonna be the optimal moveset for you here. We're having at the back a Togekiss, which is a pretty straight and simple Pokemon with charms, going straight for that extra fast attack pressure. And of course, as a safe switch, we got Nidoqueen, which is always an amazing Pokemon to use on any format. You are gonna see that in no time you can apply those debuffs, nuke down with Earth Power, and that's it. Poison jabs are just gonna get out of hand if you can go with back-to-back poison fangs, and the poison jab will finish off the rest of the remaining HP of the opposing Pokemon. As a core breaker here, we got a Cavalier because it can simply destroy down that dark typing and normal typing of Obstagoon. It has kind of a weird matchup against Togekiss, but I think Togekiss can really handle a Cavalier, and against that Nidoqueen, it can resist the poison moves while answering back with some heavy hitting drill runs. Other than that, I think you're gonna be just okay with this line, a pretty nice one, and I haven't seen it anywhere else, so I can call it the Ganetto line. Just use the Ganetto line and you're gonna have decent success for sure. That's all, trainers. Thank you for watching, thank you for staying till the end. I hope you had a nice time watching today's video, and be sure to leave a huge like before you go, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, and now I want to say a huge thank you to my members. Click over here if you want to see some more of my content. Until next time, stay safe, trainers.